booktube, it's Louise, the big head bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing. Hello, welcome back to Wednesday Reads. It's Wednesday Reads, it's Wednesday Reads. It's Wednesday Reads. I haven't got a song for Wednesday Reads yet. I need to work on that. We can work on Wednesday Reads, but I'm here on a Wednesday. I wasn't here last Wednesday because it was just a day that I wasn't going to record, and actually I took the week off and didn't record my yarn chat on Sunday because we were at the local tap room, which is kind of a pub that's connected to a brewery, and we know the people that run it and the owners of the brewery, and a group of us have decided that we would do, in conjunction with them, a mummers play, which is a traditional of this Isles, really, traditional play, where you can see some kind of growings of pantomime in it. They are normally in verse, they are traditional stories, and they are enacted in a street theatre, community theatre way. It's not posh, it's very rough and ready and very playful. They tell traditional folk stories with stock characters. So yes, I'm really passionate about mummers plays. It's something that I've loved for many years, and this is just brilliant to actually be able to do a St George's Day mummers play on St George's Day in the local community, and I did it with a husband, and the lad took part as well, and there were 5-6 others as well, and we've had such a blast the last couple of months rehearsing these. And mummers plays are very short because it's street theatre, so it didn't matter what we did, it was 12 minutes long. So we did it 3 times in the afternoon. It was the people that were coming, majority knew that this was going to happen, but even then they still didn't know what mummers play was. You could see their kind of eyes of, oh my gosh, this is different. But it's very light-hearted and humorous, and there was fight scenes between the dragon and St George, and the St George and the Turkish knight, and somebody downed a pint, and it was all real good fun. So we did that on Sunday afternoon. So that kind of took my Sunday out. It's been go, go, go. Yeah, this morning I've washed up and I've cleaned the kitty litter. That's taking one for the team. We do have kitty litter. We do have cat flap, but we do also have kitty litter because Miss Molly, quite frankly, will not use a cat flap. She finds it degrading, quite frankly. Whenever you suggest it to her, she is affronted. She is, whenever you suggest that perhaps she could go through the cat flap. She's like, I don't think so. So we always have to open the door for her. But at night, or if we go out and she's in. So yes, we have a kitty litter. So I took one for the team, changed it. I also hung out quite a full load of washing. There has been pigging out. You can see it if I do that. I felt like I was being watched when I was hanging it out, and I couldn't see anybody, and then I looked up and there was this enormous grey cloud just looking at me. So I did say to it, is there any chance you could not rain on my lovely washing that I'm hanging out? I kind of did do a quick prayer to the goddess. Please, dear lady, could you just hold off for the day? We've had it's chilly. It's chilly. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It's the end of April. I mean, that is kind of traditional April weather, but still, it's a bit nippy. It's a bit nippy out there. So I have cross fingers at it. It at least takes the worst of it off. So yeah, that's kind of, I've caught you up to date now with everything. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that we read. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. Yes, I am singing today. So I finished this. I kind of skim read it. I didn't kind of didn't dwell too deeply on it. This is Girl Forgotten by Karin Slaughter, which my mother-in-law got from Tesco's, because this is an exclusive from Tesco's. So yes, got a lovely collector's edition jacket there, cover there, under its dust jacket. I'm not actually sure it is a standalone. The ending suggested that it might continue. There may be more to the story. I didn't love it. It was fine as thrillers go. I didn't really like the characters. Not that the characters had anything particularly bad about them. It wasn't... Is it the book? Is it me? I think it's probably 50-50. It was fine. It's a thriller. She's just... it's a week ago and I can't remember what. So Andrea Oliver has just become a marshal? Oh, what's it called? Just having a quick look. Federal law enforcement. So I think she's a marsh. She's going to become a marshal. Honestly, you'd think I could. I have read the flipping book and I can't remember what she is. That really does actually say, really, doesn't it? United States Marshal Service. There you go. So she's going to become a marshal. She's just kind of trained it. Her parents are her mother and her stepfather are a bit devastated. They didn't want her to do it. She's in her 30s, but she did. And there's stuff about her birth father is a bit of a bad un, and you find out more about him. And there's this story about Emily Vaughan, and is it connected to her? Emily Vaughan was killed many years ago in this town, and that's the kind of the story. So she ends up being assigned to go and protect a judge who's been getting death threats, and yeah, it's all a bit narky and a bit kind of... Yeah, the characters are a bit narky with each other. Narky meaning grumbly, and a bit kind of... Yeah, it had a bit of a kind of a cross feeling. Everybody was a bit kind of cross and a bit kind of snipey and sarky, and I just thought, I'm not really in the mood for it. However, I did read it, so there was enough of it there that I could read it. But that's perhaps one of the worst reviews you'll ever hear. You're welcome. So there we go. I finished it. I'm going to give it to somebody else. That's going to be moved on from me. Somebody else will have that. I've picked up a couple of books. One of the books that I've actually picked up was a new to me book. Somebody said to me, have you read The Appeal by Janice Hallett? And I said yes. And they suggested reading The Appeal by Janice Hallett because it's a murder mystery based on amateur dramatics group, and of course I have been a member of many amateur dramatics groups, and it's very good. And I read it, and then I passed it to the husband, and he read it and he enjoyed it. And I picked up her latest, the Twyford Code, in a charity shop for £1.50. Oh yes, I did. So it's a nice hardback. The paperback is actually out. Groovy jacket. Let's have a look underneath. Oh, nice. Nice end papers. Oh, no, it's just black with blue writing on the spine. But yeah, it's not a modern Agatha Christie. Can we stop saying things are a modern Agatha Christie? Just, can we just all agree? Can we all just agree? No, I'll take the sticker off. It was £1.50. It was a bit of a bargain. Just such a bargain I saw. In the charity shop. I thought, oh, somebody's mentioned Janice Hallett, and I thought the Appeal was great, so I thought I would read this. I started it and it hasn't. Again, it's mixed media. She kind of writes. She doesn't write traditional narratives. It's mixed media. This is written in audio files. Yeah, it's okay. It's not thrilled me the same as The Appeal. I started The Appeal. I couldn't put The Appeal down. This one, has anybody else read it? Does it get better? I'm 56 pages in and have come kind of stalled. I'll be honest. Can somebody just... What's this? I haven't told you what the plot is, or what the story is. It's time to solve the murder of the century. 40 years ago, Stephen Smith found a copy of the famous children's book by disgraced author Edith Twyford. Its margins full of strange markings and annotations. Yeah. Wanting to know more, he took it to his English teacher, Miss Isles, not realising the chain of events that he was setting in motion. Miss Isles becomes convinced that the book was the key to solving a puzzle, and a message in secret code ran through all of Twyford's novels. Then Miss Isles disappeared on a class field trip, and Stephen has no memory of what happened to her. So basically, Stephen came out of prison years later and decides to try and find out what happened to Miss Isles and this book. So that's the plot. I think what I'm not loving about this is the main narrative is about what happened to them when they were teenagers, and I'm never that keen on books that do that. I don't mind kind of, finding out about things that have happened in the past. I'm right there for that. But it's when it's kind of like involves kind of teenagers and that I can find that a bit wearisome. It's not my thing. So yeah. Has anybody read it? What do you think? Shall I carry on? 56 pages in. I've kind of stalled reading that. So yes, in the same charity shop, I found another Elly Griffiths. This is The Stone Circle. So I was given by my mother-in-law, who gave me this. I was given by my mother-in-law the latest Elly Griffiths, and so I asked the hive mind, i.e. you, could I read it or do I need to have read the previous 14 Elly Griffiths before I read that one? And there was a resounding, you can't read it, you need to have read the previous 14. Well, there was very much kind of like, if you want to get the best out of the book, if you want to enjoy it, if you want to have a satisfactory reading experience, hold off, put it to one side, find the other ones. So I have taken it upon myself to go and find them from charity bookshops, because I think I have seen them in the past in lots of charity bookshops and of course have passed over them, and now I'm not going to pass over them. So I found this one, The Stone Circle, in the same charity bookshop. How much was it? I don't know, but it has a blue sticker on it. That probably has significance to the pricing. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got kind of like number 11 and number 14. So I'm going to do it. I will do it. You know I will do it. You know I will. So yeah, that's that. So I got that. And then I saw, which you'll see through the thumbnail, there was this bag. There was this bag for £1.50, it said. £1.50 it said on the bag. And it is 6 Mills and Boons. And I was just like, I was with the lad and I just went, I'm going to buy that. And you can see the look on his face was like, whatever you do, don't give them to me. It's like they had something on them. So yeah, so I've got 6 Mills and Boons. I haven't even read the backs of such things for ages. I haven't looked at them, so I've got, let's have a look. Margaret Mayo, don't know her. Marriage by Contract. Ooh. They look very pleased with each other, don't they? Excellent. Then I have Sandra Martin. Again, no idea. The Taming of Tyler Kincaid. Could be interesting. I don't know. What do we think? Tyler Kincaid. Does it almost sound? Can't be Scottish, can it? I don't know. Kirsten Morgan, A Bride to Be. Woo! Look at that. Smooching by a fence. Raunchy. Helen. Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Biashin. Mistress by Arrangement. She has literally been swept off her feet. Nice dress. Jacqueline Baird. Husband on Trust. Ooh. She's in a negligee and he's dressed. He looks like he's just come in from the office. Look at that. They're all in kind of lovely, glamorous places, aren't they? They're never outside of Tesco's or a co-op. Robin Donald, The Paternity Affair. Oh, they're all in white. Nightmare if you're having a hot dog and your tomato sauce drops on those outfits. I mean, that's kind of outfits for a soft bap. A soft bap only. Because otherwise that's going to get stained. So yeah, that's it. So all of this was going to be something like, I think she rang it up and it was going to be £4.25, which I thought, bargain. And then she said, oh no, you've got a discount. So it was £3.75 for this. And I was like, huh? And I'd given her the cash. So she said, oh right, no, you've got a discount. It's £3.75. And I would never take a discount in a charity bookshop. Can I just put that out there? I would always just, pay the money because you're getting, it's A, charity, and B, they're ridiculously cheap anyway. But I was kind of like so bemused. She just kind of went, oh, you got a discount here. Well, there's £1.25. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, came out and the lad went, you got a discount. I was like, I know. I would have just normally said, no, I'll pay full price, I'll pay £4.25 for it, love. So yeah. There we go. That's I'm not going to put it back in its bag. Put that in the recycling. Yeah, there we go. They look great, don't they? Which one? They've all got green dots. And that's got a blue dot. What does that mean? £1. Maybe that was £1.25 and that's £1.50 and that's £1.50, £4.25. Look at that. Could do maths. Anyway. So, yeah. Done. Those are books that are going upstairs and I'm going to read. Next. So, your job, should you choose to accept it, is to tell me whether the Twyford Code gets any better. Hive mind. Calling you the hive mind because we have been watching Picard. We caught up. Yeah. We are members of Prime. Have Prime membership. It's like you never have all the streaming services. You have some of the streaming services, and so you can watch some things and you can't watch other things. And then somebody says, "Have you watched this?" It's on Whojamaflip, and you go, "Oh no, we don't have Whojamaflip. We have Whatchamacallit." And they go, "Oh, can you get that on Whatchamacallit?" And you go, "No, you can only get that on Huahua or whatever." You can. And actually, the new greatest thing is always the streaming service you don't have. Oh no, we don't have that. We have that. So we have Prime, Netflix. Now, somebody said, watch the Doomsday Couple on Netflix. Is it not called that? Or is it not available in the UK? Because that's about Laurie Vallow Daybell, she says, not completely sure that I'm getting the right name, who is currently on trial at the moment. And somebody said there was a Netflix documentary about her, and I would be keen on watching that now, please, thank you. Put the details below. Yes, so we watched Picard. Husband used to be much more of a Trekkie than he is now. Really enjoyed that. It was excellent. Had a good ending. I found a good way of watching box sets. I'm not very good at. I'm not the kind of binge watcher like some people watch. I'm not. But what we did do is we would leave it and then watch 2 or 3 on a Saturday night, and make a thing of it, and then not watch it for a couple of weeks, and then catch up, and then not watch it. And that worked really well because I knew I was going to watch 2 or 3 on that night, made a thing of it. I would enjoy it, but then not have any pressure to watch any more the next day, which is, I think, what the problem is when we binge things, is that there is that kind of pressure to carry on watching it. And I'm like, no. So that worked really well. And then I think the last episode came out on the Friday. We watched it on the Saturday. Was really glad I did, because then there were loads of spoilers. But yeah, that was good. Good, watch that. Did you enjoy it? I have audiobook-wise, I have finished Death in Ecstasy by Ngaio Marsh. So that is my 3rd Ngaio Marsh. 4th Ngaio Marsh. 4th? Yeah, 4th Ngaio Marsh. So, A Man Lay Dead, the theatre one, which I can't remember the name of. Then Death in The Nursing Home Murder, number 3. Death in Ecstasy, number 4. Narrated by James Saxon, who is no Philip Franks. Some of the reviews said he was a bit OTT. He was a bit... But I thought he was good. However, I'd been ruined by Philip Franks. But he was still good. I enjoyed it. That's all I would say. To begin with, I was so into it and was like, this is so brilliant, and I'm completely there with it. This is my new favourite author. But as I said, I have found in, I think, every single Ngaio Marsh that I have read, there is always one prolonged scene that I don't really enjoy, and that I feel, I don't know what it adds to the story. In every single one I have had this. I've had these, and they're kind of long scenes that could be a bit cringy, and there was another one of those. So I didn't love that. I didn't get who did it. But yeah, so that was a good one. So that was good. My next one in the series is Vintage Murder. And I don't know whether I'm going to read it on the Kindle or whether I'm going to read it, or if I'm going to have it through Audible. It is James Saxon again. If it was Philip, I'll be like that. But no, it's not. It's James. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah. What currently have I got? I've got The Girl in the Cellar by Patricia Wentworth, which is another Miss Silver mystery, on the phone. I also, in the Audible sale, got Selling Hitler by Robert Harris, because I like Robert Harris. And I thought that was something a bit different. And that's about, I think it is a novelisation of the Hitler Diaries. So if you remember, was it in the 80s? Was it in the 90s? But the Hitler Diaries, that somehow these new diaries came out that were by Hitler, and they were all over, and the newspapers spent fortunes on buying them. There was a bidding war, if I remember rightly. I remember the kind of hoo-ha, and then, spoiler alert, they were fake. So I think, not sure, but I think this is a novelisation of that. So it was £2, I think, for the audiobook. And I thought that, so yeah. So I've got that there to read. I am in the mood for a Agatha, but I can't decide which one. Yeah, can't decide which one at the moment. So there we go. So I've got one more Ngaio Marsh, and then I've got the physical copies. So a Vintage Murder, and then I can start with Artists in Crime, which I actually have a physical copy of. So there we go, friends. This has been lovely, BookTube. Let's do it again. Bye.